Hi guys, welcome back on the channel. In today's video we're gonna see how I create my campaign maps and the maps I'm using in my historical battles and biographies, my homemade documentaries. So let's see some maps with a different style, and then we can go and can create one very quickly. So let's go first one at Otterburn 2. Now, before we start, I have to mention that these maps are made with a program called INKARNATE Map making program. I've used the free version that has quite a lot of assets, and you can create decent maps, but this is the full version that costs approximately $25 a year. So quite a good price if you like making your own maps. So now this is a map, a battle map for the Battle of Otterburn. Now, if you see very clearly here, we have Otterburn. I try to make it a bit more, let's say, fancy with scrubs outside, just to give a little bit of character. In Otterburn now, this is the city of Otterburn. The castle of Otterburn is where Henry Percy rode impetuously and attacked the Scots, who were at their camp at the time, surrounded by carts. They were basically in a fortified position. Here is the hilly woods from where Douglas enveloped and attacked the English from the flanks and won the battle. A nice map, a nice battle map. There's so many options and so many things you can do. Obviously, there is a lot of fantasy stuff, but I think it's a very nice map that you can use, equivalent to the professional maps we see in the major channels. So let's go to the other map. Again, Otterburn map. This is the marshes of England and Scotland. Quite popular map that I was requested to show how you create. Again, this map is for the Otterburn video. I decided to make it a bit different than the battle map, a bit more simplified, parchment-like, with the titles of the areas, because we're going to have the movement of the troops, the different cities: Otterburn, Yeltham, Jedburgh, Carlisle, Hexham, Newcastle, Durham, and the seashores here, Alnwick. So a bit different map than the other, with different assets. We have the marshes divided. I didn't want to put many colors. I wanted to leave like this because I wanted people to focus on the movement, and roads obviously as well, and the marshes here divided by this dotted line. A map that's quite popular from the guys I printed. Here you have the Battle of Otterburn. All these you can add with the assets that the program has, and of course a compass as well. So another very nice map, I think, and a map that, again, it can be very easily used for a campaign with some type of different layout. Or more, maybe even you need to go even more, focus more in specific areas. So a nice campaign map. You can fight here anything if you want to. I mean, these lands were fought between the Scottish and the English for a long time, so you can go early and even later. So let's go to another map I haven't finished yet, the 100 Years' War map. This is one of my favorite maps. Obviously, you can see I'm missing the towns, the names, roads. I may decide to do it political map, so also every province. This province are missing. For example, here in Normandy, every province can have a different color. You can choose. Although I prefer to have a natural-looking map. I will put some mountains and hills and forests according to the French countryside. Maps like this you can use really good with a campaign. It's very simple to create rules, very simple rules, and really enjoy. And it's a very great advantage because we're all talking about doing campaigns and playing games and battles that have have a follow-up, have a consistency, have repercussions to the next. And we're all looking for good maps online, and it's so easy by this program and other map making programs I have to create so beautiful maps. And I'm not an expert yet, I'm still learning, so you can imagine that there is a lot of potential here. I mean, for example, Spain, I left grey because it's not going to be involved in this campaign. I believe here you can really play an amazing campaign. So let's go quickly and show you a little bit how you can create a map. Now you have here different worlds, and every world has different assets that you can use, although you can incorporate from every world. There's a lot of fantasy, but believe me, I use this fantasy map to create my Otterburn map. So there are a lot of assets who can be used for historical terrain and historical maps. A lot of options that you have and you can choose from, or different styles that you can use. But let's start and I'll show you a little bit how this works. It's not that difficult. It's actually quite easy to do. So we choose a style like this. Doesn't mean we'll follow this, but we choose this style. And we decide if it go high 3K or medium 2K and landscape. Let's go medium at the moment. So we're loading. And let's say we want to make it historical. What you can do and what I'm doing is, if you like a map that you have printed, but it's full of stuff and you want to change it a bit, that's the easiest thing to do, and that's how I do it. I'm not going to go and check the shores of France or England. It will take me 20 hours. So if you go to your tools here and you open your catalog, if you uploaded, you can upload here. You see here in the top, you can upload any icon. So if I go to my Universal, you see some icons I uploaded recently. So you see this is the map of France that I'm making. These are the marshes. So let's upload very quickly this map of France and see how it works. So you put it here, and then you enlarge it as much as you can. This is how I do it. Maybe experts do it better, but other experts do it better. But this is how I do it. And let's put the map here in the corner. So we have the sea here. So what you do, very simply, you go to your path tool and you choose like a pencil. We don't going to do dotted lines. We're going to do solid lines for the outside. Then you can choose here opacity. Let's not do it very active. We can change it if we want. And here the layer you want, the color, if you want white or black. So let's go for black, for example, or we can go for white. There's no problem. We can go for white. And then if you want a shadow, and blend mode we'll discuss another time. So what you do is you go here. You don't have to be specific. There is a tool that will help you when you're drawing this, not to have one color going over the other. I don't remember how it works. That's why I don't think I'm going to show it to you now. But it's called blended, and it works well. So we go like this for all the terrain. Let me do it and get back to you. I know this is tedious. Let me do this and get back to you so you can see how it works. So now we finished the outline. Let's go and divide the duchies and the provinces. Let's go, this time I want to do it dotted. Let's do dots. We can have them with big or small. It's up to you how you want it. Again, the opacity, but you can change it afterwards. And the color. Let's go for white, but I want for the division between Spain and France to do it black. So now we finished the dotted line, the line between France and Spain. Let's go and I'll show you how you will do the same thing. We're going to use dots, and we're going to use to do the provinces. I'm going to change it. I don't want to put it black. I'm going to put it white. All these things can be changed. You see how easy it is? Look. And I can make it thicker if I want. I can change it layer. I can do whatever I want with it. So you see very easily, immediately, you will create your provinces. And then you can create a map that it can be a political map like this one with colors, or it can be a natural map with green, and then you can put your mountains or whatever you want to put. So you see here we're closing every, well, it doesn't have to be exact. So let me do the rest and we'll get back to you. So I think we finished all the provinces. I think these are very thin. I would probably like to do them a bit thicker. So let me show you how you touch excuse me, no, my mistake. I would like to do it a bit thinner. So let me show you how you do it. So you catch this, and then you increase the width and it's more visible, you see, or you can change the line like this. Maybe this is better. So we're finished, and now you'll say what else we need the map for. It's the last thing we need the map for, because before we remove it and start painting, and that would be to put the correct city location. So we open a catalog and we go to these are different worlds, and we go to Parchment World. There's so many things you can add to the map and make it look good. I think it's the Parchment World. This is a good map, actually. This is the map I used for the assets I used for for the fantasy world. This is what I use. So we use this marker. I like this marker. I don't want to put a city like, at least at this map, I don't want to put a city like castles they have. So I want to put things like this. So I'll put it in Clermont here, so we know the location. So we'll put at Limoges. We'll put it everywhere, so you can see the map. Now this you cannot see because it's under. I'll show you how you'll fix this. Some layers are under. So if you go here and you catch it, and you just change the layer, and here there it is. Very simple, very easy to make. You can duplicate here and catch it and put it at Poitiers. Believe me, the map will look quite decent, very good, and when you print it, it will look even better. So let's continue. Put the remaining cities and see how it will look. So here we are, guys. We put almost everywhere, and now it's time to remove the map and start working on it. Let us capture it, delete it, and look how it looks. I think it looks brilliant, huh? I think it looks really good. Now, how this is going to work? Let's do a natural map. What are we going to do is going to go here and do in this shovel and put ag. This will create a different layer. Let me show you how you do it. Let me go again. So here, this is adding to the current layer, and it will create a boundary between the two designs, let's say. Now, there is a tool, I have to tell you, there is a tool that you paint over here, and it clears the excess. You see here, because I have to go with very thin paint to avoid this spilling out, and we don't have time now. But there is a tool called flattening that I don't remember how it's used. I know where it is, but I don't remember how it's used. In another tutorial, if you want to see any different style map, we can do it together. I will check it out for sure, because it's helping also. But if you go close, you can use also different brush. This one, it's easier actually from the one that is a bit more so we'll paint. You see here, this is a different layer, so it cannot be painted over. So let me do continue to the other one and continue, and I'll show you the end result. So guys, we're ready. I think the map looks really good. I would make probably this a bit thicker as this one. Let me show you again. So if I would this dotted line, I would probably make the width a little bit bigger so I can see. But it's up to you really if you want this to be discrete like the others, or you want it to be a bit more powerful. Also, you can do it. You can reduce. You see here, here on the corner, I'm reducing the opacity. So you can have them bigger, but you can have them with less, depending what you want to focus in on your map. So now we finish here. I won't continue much here. What we're going to do, we want to show. We want to show that Spain is. We're not going to use Spain. So let's try and use a gray color. So with the gray color here, we're gonna. So we finish Spain, making it neutral, and we can, if you want, because I'll show you this, we can change the sea color if we want. We can make it darker or lighter. There's quite a few options. that you can use. Well, it's Atlantic, we can make it darker. But now the way we did it, you see, it doesn't go inside to our main design. It goes only to the borders. If I make it the size bigger, so you see I want to make the sea darker. It's very easy now because it doesn't go to my borders. It goes, you see, very easy now to paint without going. In Spain, I haven't done this cutting, so I have to be careful in Spain, not for the dark blue not to go over the gray. As I told you, there is a system to do this called flattening, but I don't remember how it works, but it's not difficult to do. That's all. So we made the sea darker, but we keep the lighter part, you see, around the seashores of France. So now we're finished. Let me show you a couple of things you can do. First of all, we want to put roads. So we want to put roads. We're going to use color gray. And we're going to use, obviously, the normal style, the solid line. And we can put roads. Now, the roads, you can make them a bit wider if you want. So they won't interfere. You won't, let's say, misunderstand them for the provinces. And you just move your cursor and you do whatever roads you want. If you have any maps of existing roads, that'll be fantastic. And you can create a system for your campaign. It will be roads, it will be crossroads, it will be whatever you want. You can create very simply with this tool. So this is one road around here, so you can have here and here. Now, if you see here, the roads are over my my city. I don't want to do this. So what I go do, I touch, I press it, I go one layer up, and here it is. You see, the roads go under it. So let's say you want to do roads. You did roads, and obviously now you would like to name the city. And you open the catalog, and it has some really nice parchments. You can use this ones as well, but I have another preference. I hope it is in here. I think it's in here. Let me find it. So here we are. So let's say this one, and we put it. Let's put it here. So this is quite big, obviously. So we will make it smaller. You can put anything under the city. It could be anything. And then you go to the text and you put it here. We'll fix the text. I don't know what city is this. Let's say it's I think it's Paris. So let's say it's Paris. So what you do, here you go to the text, you put Paris, and now we go closer, and let's make it obviously smaller. Paris maybe needs a bit smaller. And maybe this one could be smaller as well, or it could be bigger. It depends on how you want it to look. And also you can go to the text and decide if you want the text to be curved. So you can have Paris like this and Paris like this. This is good for provinces. So if you put a province here, and it's better to put it without a parchment, because it's not a city, so you can put here with capitals if you want, Normandy. So Normandy is here, we put it here, and we need it a bit curved. Let's say I like it like this. I may like it black to make it different from, it could be, well, no, white I think it's better. You can make it opaque as much as you want, so it can be, if it doesn't have to be in front of your face, regarding if you play a game, and you can make it big. So we'll see now how Normandy looks. So also you can choose to align. You can choose as many options here for Normandy. Shadow, if you want. Outline. I think without outline is better. So let's go and see. So here we are. Let's put it in the correct position. So here we are, Normandy. Here. You see how nice the map is beginning to look, how easy it is to create this beautiful map, and how nice it starts looking. You can leave it like this, or you can go and put some hills, for example. Let's go and put some hills. And now you can have hills that are colored. So you go for probably a green hill. Now here in the hills, it's up to you the size of the hill. So if you make it here, you can see the cursor here. I can make it bigger or smaller depending on how I want to. And here the opacity, you want to see the hill, but you don't want it to be in the foreground of your campaign. So I make it, I put the opacity, you see, and here you can see you have the hill. Here it is, very nice hill, but it's subtle. It will be there in your campaign, but it won't take the foreground if you want to. So we can go and check for trees, for example, and see what we have on trees. There are many options in trees. This is now the fantasy world of tree. So the other video crashed, guys, but we were in the same map. So we saw the Normandy, we saw how the city looks, but let's put some trees, for example. Here we have some hills, as I told you, that we can use. Again, as I showed you before, and I apologize for crashing the program, you can put them as big as size-wise. You see here on the sea, I put it, and you can put them as opaque as you want, and then it won't be much visible. So we can go and see some trees, for example. Here now, trees again. Let's zoom in. You can have them whatever size you want. You can see here what size they are. I think they're a bit big, but let's make them a bit smaller and as opaque as you want. So here you can see you can put also villages and like objectives. You can put these two-dimensional ones. You can make them as opaque, as big as you want, and this can be part of a system of movement and giving supplies. And you can make roads. Sorry, roads would be better to make solid. That can cross over these objectives. That will go to the major cities. Let's make it gray because gray, I think it looks much better on the map. And this can be part of your campaign. It's very easy to make this campaign map. You saw how easy it is. You just copy existing map you like. So you see here you create the routes. Obviously you have to change the layers if it goes over your assets, and but these are transparent, so I don't think it makes sense, because even if I change the layer, as you see here, you still can see the routes, because I made it quite transparent, because for this map, for example, I don't want it to be in frontage, but you can make frontally, but you can make it less opaque, as I just showed you before. So you see, you can use many other assets that are full in this program, and you can fill your map however you like. With trees, let's go to see some trees that I can create with different colors. It's good to put colors. You can put them randomly, or you can put them in mass. I usually start randomly so I can make it more natural, and then when you know how you're going to make it, you see, you just press the mouse button and you just put more. You see how beautiful it makes around the hills. Then you just put some different color trees to break the green and make it more realistic. And you see they create very easily a very good map. Just play around. There's brushes, bushes, there is cultivated areas. There's so much you can do with all the assets that every map has. And you can make the map look really beautiful. And you can, as I told you, all these features, you can make them opaque so it won't take from the roots or from your, you see, you can make it, as you can see, the mountain there in the top is very strong. The others are lighter. You can make it even more light. So your maps will look great and will look as you want them to look. Also, one last thing I want to show you is how we remove. Now we will remove, if I remove the outline page, the outline line, it will look great. Look. You see, it looks fantastic by removing it. So you don't need to have this line. It will look more natural. Anyway, guys, this is from me. Thank you so much for watching. And I hope you have a great evening, and weekend is coming.